So today I'm going to show you how I make a simple blackberry syrup. No cooking required. I'm starting off with already washed blackberries, and to do that I just put blackberries in a bowl, sprinkled some baking soda on them, and put water over the top and gave it a stir and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then I strained them off and gave them a good rinse. So here I am putting my blackberries in a clean jar. So at this point, you can take your berries and crush them with the back of the spoon, but I like to wait until it's set a little bit with the sugar on it because the sugar helps break it down even more, and so they're so much easier to crush. So just take your sugar, granulated, raw sugar, it doesn't matter. It all works. Granulated is what I had on hand, so just spoon some sugar over the berries until you think you have enough. You want to cover the berries. You can always add more sugar if you think it needs it. So now I have my sugar added. I'm going to give it a stir, and during the stirring you're going to automatically crush some of the berries. So you'll already see that there's purple spots coming on the sugar because the juices are already being released. It's super fast and super simple. Just keep stirring until you have the berries covered as good as you can. So here I decided that I was going to need a little bit more sugar, so I just poured a little bit more on top. I'm going to give it another quick stir. After you have the berries covered and the sugar stirred in, you're going to just cover the jar and let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then you'll come back. You can see here that sugar is already doing its job. Okay, so it's been about 30-35 minutes, and so I'm going to give it another stir. You can see it's already released a lot of juice, and there's a thick layer of sugar on the bottom that just needs to be stirred back in. So I'm just going to stir and try to get that sugar remixed in. And at this point, the berries are a little bit easier to crush. So just take the back of the spoon and kind of smush them against the jar. It's really simple. As they release their juices, they get a lot more tender. all that sugar from the bottom mixed in really good. And then you're going to cover it again and let it sit. So here I've let it sit probably 3 hours, stirring occasionally. We decided to use a little bit on top of some Dutch baby pancakes. And so this is completely unstrained, so there's chunks of blackberry and seeds as well. So you can leave it like this, or you can strain it off with a fine mesh strainer, which we ended up doing because the seeds were just too big for us. So I just strained it through a strainer, and here is it being used with some Greek yogurt. And here is it being used with some lemonade to make some blackberry lemonade. There's really so many different uses you can use it for. You can top ice cream, yogurts. You can even use it for frosting cakes. Take your frosting and mix a couple spoons in it and make some blackberry frosting. You can use it for mixed drinks. Just really anything that you'd use a simple syrup for that you want a nice fruity flavor with. Go ahead and give it a shot. It's super simple. You don't have to cook, and it really is pretty hands-off. Just stirring it, a couple times, and then it's ready to go. Store it in the fridge. It'll last about a week, maybe a week and a half. Since it wasn't cooked, it doesn't last that long. But even cooked simple syrup only lasts 2, maybe 3 weeks if you're lucky. But we'll use this up in no time.